people are not using nature as a character, and she's one of the most important characters. And
Going.
the way a scene is set up, that nature, the mistress of the elements, the way she's interacting, that's a moment in time that you're never going to capture again. And it's something that man didn't make. And it's
Mhm.
like this beautiful other character in the scene that I want to be outside doing film. I don't want to be in these studios with green screens
Yep,
and
yep.
how can we do this formula? We know this works. We know this will go viral. No, I think one of the things that's missing from film is people have gotten so budget friendly, like so used to making films based on budgets and all and the producing aspect of it and how they can cut corners there that they've gotten rid of that human element and that interaction that we will have with each other in these moments. And what better place to do that in the world that God created? And I know some of it is like difficult because of sound and stuff like that. So you've got to simulate stuff. I get that. But for me, so when you ask the reason I went on this diatribe is because people are like, "Oh yeah, we'll shoot some scenes. We're doing like Reservoir Dogs and stuff." And I'm like, I don't want to shoot things that have already been done. That
Right.
doesn't provide. That's not a
Mhm.
spiritual evolution or growth for me to go revisit some work that was famous in the '80s, so you guys can get your like kicks off, like reliving like your favorite
Mhm.
movies. I want to grow, and that's
Right.
my favorite thing about acting and about storytelling is you are able to put yourself in a situation without living the life and the consequences to get you to that moment,
Mhm.
just to get that little taste. You can get that little taste of what that moment in life is like for that person who made those choices without maybe
Absolutely.
necessarily making those choices themselves. So
Right.
so how it went, I was kind of depressed a little bit because it just doesn't really seem like people want to play. They don't want to
Right.
exercise. They want to like it's almost like there's more of an energy that wants to emulate, and it's like I want to be that. I want to feel what it's like to be uh, Harvey Keitel or whatever that guy's name. I want to feel what it's like to be
Yeah.
this actor rather than yourself. And
I wanna be really good at mimicking, and that's the biggest thing with performance is like you see it all the time. It's people trying to mimic. Obviously, you can get inspiration from other people, and that's not. I mean, I do it all. We do it all the time. That's where a lot of creativity comes from is seeing things, experiencing other writing, literature, whatever, storytelling, whatever, name it, music, and then learning how to take that and be inspired. But we're in a state where in talking about this following play where with play comes that creativity. You create the flow state, you create the present that you're getting with letting the ideas just kind of pour from you, and you then allow it to become your own. You can shop it, clean it up, tighten it up to make it your own. But as you said, I think there's so much lack of creativity because there's a mimicking factor that we're seeing. It's going, I just want to I want to be the Joker. Like I want to be Harvey Keitel. I want to be Matt Damon. Like I want to be this person. I want to be Harley Quinn, right? Like, and you see a lot of, not everybody, but a lot of filmmakers are trying to do that rather than be like, how do I create my own by still being inspired, but not in a mean way, but how many people are getting out and being in nature all the time? How many of them are, as they say, hey, if my head's full of crap, I need to go for a walk to clear it. Or, hey, man, when I was on this walk, on this run, this idea came to me. And that's where, as you said, being in nature, being in that, as I'm here in Hawaii, this is where I'm creating the movies that I'm currently working on. This is, as you said, I literally put in my pitch decks, this is a character. This is why this is important that we film it here as I'm, going to get the money to make these things. And that's what people are attracted to. And knowing everything you just said is right on the money is like, I'm inspired these ideas by being in nature, in the play state with, as we said earlier, my son. I get to be with him where he's, as I was saying before we got cut off this round, my son's 3.5 years old and he's playing, running around, wants to, tell stories, quoting different shows that he likes and getting into the characters. He's always asking me to do voices of all these different shows he likes. And it allows me to just play. I'm not worried about if I sound right. I don't care if I look silly. It's just letting me get out of my thoughts and just be, because that's all he wants to do. And with
And that's
that,
how we start. That is the bio. That's like the
exactly,
default
dude.
setting. Not giving a shit about what others perceive you as. Just
Totally,
going
dude.
out there and doing it. And that is the hardest thing. That's, what's funny is that's why a lot of new actors are better than old actors, because they haven't learned all these bad habits, or these all, like, they don't have all this judgment or all these other things that have like programmed them. They just go and they play. You could
Right.
have someone who has no experience and they're just playing.